at the top of the show tonight, before I get into the issue of gun control, I do want to apologize to one of our producers, Alex Bernard. And the reason why I'm apologizing to Alex is, and we deal with each other each and every night. And it just so happens that tonight he saw me at my lowest of low, where I had quite the emotional moment. And I can't talk about this long because I don't want to get upset on the radio. But those of you that listen to this show, you know that my dog means the world to me, and my dog is not doing well. Matt, what's the name of that movie? Marley and Me, the one about the dog. Is that it, Marley and Me?
That is it, yep.
Okay.
Marley and Me.
And so I love the movie. Hey, Alex, did you see the movie Marley and Me? You or Matt, did you guys see the movie?
I actually have never seen that movie.
You've never seen it?
No.
Then you don't want to see it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen parts of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's heavy.
Right, it's heavy at the end. And at the end, it breaks your heart. And so Alex saw me tonight at that moment, Matt. I mean, tears and all, in another studio here at the station. And that's because Saturday night, and I'm going to get to gun control in just a second, but Saturday night we had to come from Rockland all the way down to the Animal Emergency Center on 62nd in York, and they wanted to hospitalize my dog, Dolce. And guys, I don't know if you have animals, but to hospitalize him overnight, because he's diabetic. We didn't know he was diabetic. He can't stand. He's just suffering right now. They want $6,000 for a dog overnight. And I would do anything for my dog. But $6,000 is a lot of money for a 24-hour treatment. And so instead, the vet gets you for $500, right? And then the dog comes back home. He's still lethargic. He's not doing anything, and he's not eating. And so we didn't leave Saturday night until about 3 a.m. And I had to be our call for the parade was at 11 a.m. And so I got home at 4 a.m. The dog is not doing well, and when you think about, this dog has given me so many good years. And now, after I say this, we got to change topics, guys. He's given me so many good years. And Matt, you've seen Marley and Me. So, I mean, I'm praying that the vets, that there's some affordable way that they started insulin today. And, but Alex, I'm sorry that I apologize to you that you had to see me at my lowest of low. Here at the station tonight.
You should never apologize for things like that, Dominic.
And when you know you're gonna have your lowest of low, you know how you try and hide away? That's what I was trying to do, but it just didn't work. So anyway, thanks for listening to me, guys. You can send me the bill for your psychological services this morning. Let's go ahead and get to the topic at hand. And let me just say this. If you have pets, if you don't have pets, you probably think I'm out of my mind what I'm saying right now. But if you do have pets, I think that you can understand where I'm coming from. Okay, let's switch topics. Senator Murphy yesterday said a bipartisan group of senators is closer than ever to coming up with a gun reform package, but acknowledges that it will not include an assault weapons ban or comprehensive background checks, right? Now, this all comes in the wake of, over this weekend on Saturday, 4 people were killed, 28 injured in a series of mass shootings across the U.S. on Saturday, right? And I've been saying this throughout the night in my news segments that mass shootings are defined as an incident in which 4 or more people are shot, and they were reported in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Texas, Arizona on Saturday. We're going to your telephone calls in just a second, but I want you to listen to Senator Murphy, what he had to say as it relates to a possible deal.
As late as last night, we were engaged in conversations about trying to put a package together because I think Republicans realize how scared parents and kids are across this country. I think they realize that the answer to this kind cannot be nothing. That it's frankly a test of democracy. It's a test of the federal government as to whether we can deliver at a moment of just fierce anxiety amongst the American public. So we're closer than ever before. Let's see if we land it.
And it's not only Democrats that are saying they're close. In a moment, I'm going to start with your telephone calls going to Jennifer in Boston, but also on the Republican side, among the folks that are involved in the discussions happens to be Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania. And Toomey is saying something that we all know, and that is President Biden is not being helpful to this process, but a deal is possible.
The problem is, I think the president might have been a president who would reach across the aisle, try to bring people together, but he's chosen not to take that approach since day one. He has sided with the far left of his party and really not reached out to Republicans. He gave a speech on this topic where he advocated policies that he knows for sure have no chance of passing the Senate, probably couldn't even get 50 votes. And hold the Democrats, much less get the 60 we would need. So once again, the president is not being very helpful. I think at the end of the day, this is going to come down to whether we can reach a consensus in the United States Senate. There are intensive discussions underway. It includes people who have not been engaged on this issue in the past. I certainly can't guarantee any outcome, but it feels to me like we are closer than we've been since I've been in the Senate.
And so for the last couple of days, my skepticism as it relates to a deal getting done, it looks like it may be just the opposite. But let's keep our fingers crossed, or at least I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. And we are now going to take your telephone calls because I really believe this spirit of bipartisan on this one issue, but it is a major issue, gun control. I believe that Democrats and Republicans deserve credit on this one. 800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222. Let's start with Jennifer up in Boston. Good morning, Jennifer. What's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. Well, right now, you and Dolce are on my mind and your family. I'll be praying for your little guy, and I wish you the very, very best. I hope you can get someone to help you, and just bless you both. That's all I can say.
Well, thank you. Hey, Jennifer, I didn't know that they shake you down. $6,000 for an overnight stay for my dog?
Yeah. Dominic, I spend $136 a month for a no-deductible insurance policy with 90% coverage because last year, out of nowhere, he landed in the ICU, the only night we've ever spent apart, and just shy of 13 years by God's grace. But, and it was $3,000 and something. So, wow. I still paid more out in insurance than I've had to use, but God forbid I didn't have it, then I'd have, you know what I mean? So it sucks all the way around, Yeah,
it does. So let's get to the news of the morning. What's on your mind, Jennifer?
I just want to say a couple of quick things, please and thanks. First of all, I wish that the mayor of New York speaking at the Baptist church, I wish he would speak about expecting more from the community. I wish that he would speak on behalf of the police the way he's speaking on behalf of his, I'm using my air quotes, guns are, with the same sort of passion and concern for the police's well-being and for them being given a chance. I just thought that was kind of rich, to be honest with you. And if I could, you're talking about this deal, being brokered in the Senate. And I am somewhat concerned, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I know of four cases in the past several days where 3 women and 1 man have protected their house from a home invasion. At least one of them being an elderly woman, another one with a child in the house, a man, a veteran, taking a nap down in Florida, and the guy that broke into his house had his rifle in the backyard. He threw a potted plant through the sliding glass door. And these people all used and shot and killed the perpetrator. If they want certain things like, as far as safes and not being able to, grab your gun, all that stuff, that's a concern because we're living in a lawless society. So I'm really hoping at the federal level they don't do anything like that. And also, especially for women, certain women are far more comfortable with certain type of firearms than others. So I hope there's not going to be restrictions on what type of firearms. And last but not least, all these mass shootings today I listen to NPR every once in a while just to see, what the propaganda is of the day. They couldn't say mass shooting enough, Dominic. Everything was another mass shooting. And the thing is, it happens every day. It happened a month ago in Sacramento. I talked to you about it. 6 were killed, 13 injured, all people of color by 3 men of color. No one, you know where I read about it? In a British newspaper. No one covered it here. No one cared.
See, Jennifer, that's where the problem lies. To be candid and honest with you, if it's black on black, the media acts like it didn't happen. But God forbid it be white on black or anything else. But black on black, and it's given a pass. It doesn't matter how sensational it may be. It doesn't matter how young the victim may be. You may get a headline for a moment or two, but that's about it. But Jennifer, I quickly finish your thought, please.
Thank you. I'm sorry. And that it reminded me what you just said. In Philadelphia, if you look at the video of the Philadelphia mass shooting and the one in Sacramento, it's extremely eerily similar. And last but not least, when you remember you and I talked, and you talked to the audience about that 16-year-old precious girl that was stabbed in the back by that lunatic going into the juice bar?
Yes.
And there, again, crickets, no outrage in the community, right?
That's a good point.
A white cop killed a black girl trying to kill another black girl. I believe that was in Wisconsin.
That was in Columbus, Ohio.
And the city was on fire, right? I mean, everything, there was hell to pay for that cop. Everyone was out to get the cop. And he saved the life of a young black girl.
Absolutely.
It was the same thing, the knife up in the air, the same thing with this guy. And what was he going to do, let her stab her?
Right. No, I agree with you. Jennifer, I do have to move on. I thank you for the call, as I always do.